What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a podcast with no name yet. We got an action-packed episode for you guys. I'm joined by my co-host Isaac and Ricky. How you guys doing? You guys doing good? That's what's up. So I was asking them, not you
I
guys.
didn't get a
I
chance
was,
to
you guys,
respond.
I was asking them, not you guys. I was getting after. For those of you guys who don't know yet, we stream and we post every Wednesday at 10 a.m. on YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Mixer, not Mixer, Spotify,
Oh,
Anchor,
mhm.
yeah,
You
and
just.
and Amazon Prime Video. And
Oh, I was gonna mention that, but okay, thank you for saying that. For
okay,
reason.
yeah, I didn't know you were gonna mention it. You didn't tell me.
Well, I
So how
didn't
you
think you were
guys
gonna
doing?
remember it.
Yeah, no, I was hyped for that. I wasn't gonna forget that.
Oh my gosh. Well, since Manny already brought it up, I guess I can repeat it again. We are on a new podcast feed that is via Amazon Music. So if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, but are also or any of the other platforms, and happen to be a Amazon Music listener, whether you're subscribed to their service or not, we are on the under their podcast feed now. So another option.
Sorry, you guys, we've been. I had asked before you said it.
No, it's just the fact that when I got done, I was like, it was a big old mute. I'm like, man, you say something.
Yeah. I
Anyways,
was waiting for dramatic effects.
I like how you said, "Hey, like, he's like, how you guys doing?" That's what's up. Anyway.
hey.
Well, I was asking
That's
them, but
bad.
like they can't answer. So
No, but you were asking us. Were you asking
no,
us?
I was
Oh,
asking the
God.
listeners. I was asking the listeners.
Because like
No,
here,
I
no,
want
no,
to.
no, no, no. Because like
was-
here's the thing. And yes, we're gonna go on a tangent on this. Oh well, and all that stuff. Awesome start to
It's
the
not
show.
Dora the Explorer. Like, what color is it?
Awesome
And it's
start.
like, yeah, it's
Awesome
red.
start.
You're right.
Awesome start to the show, by the way, and everything like that. You were like, here is our co-host Isaac and Ricky, and then how you guys, and then just straight went into it. How you guys doing, and everything like that. You doing good and all that stuff, and then it's like, okay, well, and then we were like, was he not referring that to us, and everything like that? You didn't like see like you just straight up just went into it thinking me and Isaac were supposed to respond back, but you don't but then you're now saying it like, oh, it's for the listeners. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
I was
Well,
mid. I
I
was
wanted to
mid
do
breath
this,
when I was like, well.
Yeah. No,
It's
so
like
now I'm asking
straight
you guys, how you guys doing?
I am hungry, honestly. I'm ready to eat this food at 6:45. So if y'all see me eating, don't mind me. Don't worry, I'll mute myself.
I
Just to
will.
let you know.
I will say this. For those who don't know, we based off of last week's episode, we did see UFC 253. If I said the numbers right,
Yes.
and all that stuff.
Yep.
And all I gotta say is this, because this I forgot to add this in the thing and all that stuff, but I'm gonna say this now. Why the hell is this kid Costa asking for an immediate rematch?
What?
And all that stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently on I got this from TMZ and everything. He wants an immediate rematch for the fact of freaking Izzy dry humping him after he won.
I wouldn't give him a rematch. It was
Yeah.
weird, but like,
Well,
I
no.
didn't agree with it, but like,
No.
I was agree with every other celebration that he did except for the humping.
No,
But I wouldn't give him a rematch.
honestly,
I liked the little spin thing he did. That was cool.
who is he?
Yeah, the little spin thing he did. That was
The
tight.
B-boy move on the ground. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Here's-
The only
here's-
part I wasn't a fan of, but
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even remember the dry hump until I saw the replay. No,
I
Really?
didn't see it until the replay. Yeah, because the
I don't-
camera angle from the live
'Cause, like,
the live video, it didn't
like-
show it too good.
it's noticeable, but I completely forgot about it after that and all that stuff when it first happened. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
and then when he mentioned it, I was like, wait, what? He dry humped.
Oh, so
Okay.
is Costa now gonna take it serious now? Is he
I
gonna
don't
take it
know.
serious now?
Well, I was because I follow him on the IG, right? Because like I said,
no.
big fan still am. I still am. I've been a big fan. I'm not gonna give it up.
I don't know why.
So he was on IG and he was saying that he knows what he did wrong. He shouldn't have waited or something like that. He was basically saying that he was waiting too long and taking his time, and he's like, "We're gonna go back to the drawing board," stuff like that.
You don't know.
He was basically saying that he was taking too long.
You don't say that after you got your butt whipped and all that stuff. You're supposed to do that in between the rounds.
If
and
he
all that
literally
stuff.
looked back on the tape, if you look back to the tape, he literally just threw like a couple of hits. The first round, he didn't do nothing.
He didn't
Second
do
round, it
nothing.
was done.
And all that stuff. And it was
Okay.
just like and then what's even more crazy, he still kept going with his second round and all that stuff. And what happened right there? Lost.
Yeah.
True that.
But
All I know is the kid doesn't deserve a rematch, in all honesty. And second of all, I don't care about the dry hump, in all honesty. I'll be honest. And all that stuff.
Dude, I mean, I don't blame Izzy for doing that just because like people are hating on him so bad. Like they were saying like, oh, this guy's gonna destroy you and blah blah blah. Like when he shut everybody up.
Because
I mean,
he's this big buff kid and everything like that. I'm like, obviously you don't watch a lot of UFC. You think that.
yeah.
Everything. That fight, I swear, the card itself wasn't a bad card. Main card, it got good and all that stuff. I'll admit. Prelims, early prelims, not bad. All right, not bad. Main
that
card
second
though.
fight was really good too.
Main card though.
The first championship fight, yeah.
The main card.
Featherweights, man, that was a crazy fight.
The main card fights were good, and then we get to that last fight, and it was just like, I'm expecting. I'm expecting.
Bombs.
I'm just expecting Costa to be like bring this hype and everything like that. Try to do something, but no, he's over here living up to the name of being Ricky Martin and all that stuff, moving around, dancing and everything like that. Come on now.
When he was like kicking his
how he kept
kicking his
tapping his
shin,
leg.
and then he was just like, oh, hit
he's
me
tapping
again.
it
I was
like no, that's not what you do.
by the third time it was like red, and then it started getting swollen. I was like, I don't think he should hit you there anymore. I think you should move around now.
Yeah, because literally he was just letting him. It's like he was literally letting him do it and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and it was like, why are you doing this and everything like that? It's like come on now.
Steroids, man, give you too much confidence.
Apparently. Stuff. Anyways,
I'm trying to sit on.
That's all I have to say about that fight. About that at least. That was just stupid. You give Brazilians a bad name.
Huh?
Not you, man.
Anyways, so other than that, how's your week been other than that fight? Like before the week, you know what I mean? Like before the fight, like other than the fight, like you guys do anything crazy? No COVID parties.
I like how you think there was more to our weeks, even though the only thing we have done this week is watch the fight.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of dry for COVID, but
and everything.
My birthday's coming up.
To our topics. So Black Widow was delayed till next year.
I love how you just run right into it and all that stuff. I
didn't have any other questions for you guys.
You just go right into the topics.
I said it was my birthday, and you're like, anyway.
Yeah, that's all Manny. That was all Manny.
Dang.
That was all Manny.
I didn't hear that. My bad.
That was all Manny. And all that stuff.
It's okay.
And everything. Okay. Yes. So pretty much, Widow. Well, pretty much every single Phase 4 movie that was coming up got delayed. But from what it seems like, there's nothing big, and also just Widow moving to early next year. I have the article. I'm just trying to get it back. I'm trying to find the exact.
Do they have a reason of not
COVID?
Doing like? Well, yeah, I know that. I'm saying like
COVID.
I know that. I'm saying, but why are they? I was hoping they would do the same thing like for Mulan, like do like the $30 thing.
So here's the thing about that. So it's like it seems like from Disney's perspective, I think, and all of this stuff, it doesn't seem like the numbers were well for the premiere thing, and then plus box office wise also, for Mulan wasn't received well also, for that stuff. So it's like, and of course this is a Marvel Studios movie and all that stuff. This is the very first. This is the start of the new phase, for these movies and everything, and then the fact that three of your most biggest audience, like side cities, are not don't have movie theaters open. That is New York City, L.A. and San Francisco. Those ones in particularly don't have theaters open. That does cause a dent in stores and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
it's not like, honestly, like, I'm not surprised by it and all that stuff. I'm glad in a way that they did this, because like it gives them time to see what happens by the rest of the year on a movie theater perspective, like what will happen. It seems like Disney's probably not going to pull the whole Premier Access approach if it comes to for Black Widow and particularly and all that stuff. I wouldn't say more. I wouldn't know about the other two movies that are set for next year, which is Shang-Chi and the Eternals. So we'll see. I thought this was happening. Nope.
Okay.
Right.
No.
Oh, I'm on the wrong article. That's why.
Now, okay. So I did have a couple questions on your opinion, or your guys' opinion, not just Ricky's. So when we get to the date that they have thought of in their head, and we're still in COVID, do you think they're gonna end up releasing on Disney Plus, or do you think they'll push it back again?
I just said,
Did you say something about that?
I just said something about that.
My earbuds cut out. I didn't hear, to be honest.
I
But I'll
literally
give
just
my opinion, I guess. I mean, I heard Ricky.
Yeah, let's do Isaac's opinion.
okay.
Yeah. So my opinion is, um,
Okay.
probably by. Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say, before you continue, let me give you the new dates. Black Widow May 7th, Shang-Chi is July 9th, and Eternals is November 5th. All next year. That's all next year. All right, now go ahead.
For my opinion, I think I want to say they probably might. I mean, it depends on what the theaters do next year. If they're willing to like open up, the theaters for a limited amount of seating, which I probably feel like they'll do. I think Marvel will release the movie, but if they're wanting like a big premiere, then I probably see them just waiting it out because they got money.
No,
Disney
I
has money
Yeah.
to do that, so I don't think they're in a rush. I think they're just trying to pick the perfect timing, which I don't blame them for.
well, no, I think it's just more the fact, because like I said, it's like in the States in particularly, there's not a lot of theaters open, so it's just more of the fact.
Yeah.
It's more of the fact of seeing after during how COVID goes out the rest of the year and going into next year, and see how theaters will be, whether it comes to like reopening most of their theaters and all that stuff.
Yeah. I think the world in a sense has like don't care about COVID as much anymore because you don't see any more posts about COVID or the death tolls anymore, and
Why?
I understand why. I said for COVID, like it seems like the world stopped caring about the virus a little bit. Like how it was all over the news and they're broadcasting it 24/7, and now it's just like, eh.
Well,
Yeah.
we are a little over a month away from elections.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a big thing. So
That's-
we'll see what happens there.
I mean, I don't
Not-
think
Yeah.
I think COVID's still a thing. I mean, the fact on the numbers, the death number is still being flaunted over about the fact that it's over 200 deaths now.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh my goodness.
Stuff. And that is Manny's dog, just to let everyone know for our audio listeners.
For the 100th time.
And all that stuff, just to give you a idea.
He's a good dog.
And all that stuff.
Never met the dog, but he sounds nice. Is it a girl or boy?
I don't remember. No.
Oh.
And everything. But I will say, but like here's the thing about it, like it doesn't affect them as much and all that stuff. But also we have to look at the fact of there's only 3, 5, 6 movies that are in this current phase and then that's not counting the Disney Plus shows that are coming out also. And all that stuff. And then there's there's supposed to be 4 MC movies next year. The other one is the Spider-Man movie. But that's Sony and all that stuff and everything like that. So that is December of next year.
All right, I'm back.
Actually, and all that stuff. So, like I said, it's more, and then that movie's not even in pre-production. That movie's not even filming yet. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of exciting things to look forward to next year. It just, like you said, Ricky, just depends on how everything works out, how everything plays out, and basically you just got to play everything by ear. And I think that's exactly what they're doing.
Oh yeah, like I really think like Disney's really playing this by ear, especially with like it's particularly with these movies. I think all their other movies that they have slated so far, I think they can figure out ways to fix those. But I think with these ones in particularly, and also and especially the next Spider-Man, since that's in junction with Sony too, all that stuff. So that they're most likely figuring out things what to do and all that stuff. Because like not only under Disney slate, pretty much you have pretty much like the next other than the Marvel stuff. There's also like their next Pixar movie, which is Soul, which is supposed to come out November this year. The Kingsman, which is the prequel to the Kingsman, that's early next year. And I completely forgot they're doing a live action film for Cruella de Vil. Forgot about that.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not
Who's
know
playing
that.
Cruella?
It's just called Cruella. Emma Stone, if I think I remember correctly.
Oh, okay.
Emma Stone's Cruella?
Yeah, and then
Oh.
and also Jungle Cruise too, is next year, and all that stuff
Yes. Yeah.
and everything.
I know
Dude, I
The
can't wait for that
Rock.
one.
I know Dwayne Johnson did post on his Instagram that they are like back in production for a movie he was doing.
Well, no,
So
that was supposed. If I remember correctly, that was supposed to come out this year.
Jungle Cruise? I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's supposed to be. I thought they
Yeah.
wrapped that up already.
Yeah, that one was wrapped and everything.
No, they were doing reshoots at that, didn't they?
I think it was wrapped.
Or they were.
It's most like because it was
okay.
come out this year, it had to be wrapped by now, and all that stuff.
Mm.
It's just more the fact that COVID hit. They see Jungle Cruise as one of their tentpole movies to have in theaters, and all that stuff. So we'll see how that goes.
You know,
Yeah.
I love the DPU movies. Speaking of which, Disney Parks Universe. Speaking of which, yeah, it's not official, but most fans call it that. Like the Tower of Terror movie counts in that.
The what?
Anyways,
Well, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to wrap my bubble around this. Even though I am a Disney person myself, how are those connected?
it's a ride. It gives story to the actual ride. Disney Parks Universe, because all the rides are connected in storyline, in the lands and stuff like that.
Okay, that I know.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So the
That I
movie's
knew.
just giving more context to the actual ride. It's not based on the ride. It's giving like a backstory and theme to the ride.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyways, so The Rock and his family, they tested positive for COVID, right? I think, right?
That was,
Well,
That
they're
was like
clear?
a couple
July.
months ago.
Wasn't that like in July?
Yeah. So like, are they clear though, or like? Because I've never
Yeah.
heard anything.
They had to
He's
by
still
now.
working now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, that was like a July at least. So yeah, they're good to go. I think when he
Yeah,
announced
it's
it,
been a while ago,
I think
but-
when they announced it, they were just like getting over it, like and everything like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's good.
When they announced it, they were actually getting over it. They didn't. It wasn't like when that day everyone found out. It was like they just got it. No, I think that was like after they'd gone through everything, like quarantine and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson
Um,
also actually posted. I don't know if you guys even know this, but he actually posted like a political like huge video, like two of them. And I wasn't
Oh,
trying
yeah,
to bring it
isn't
up,
he
but since
running
we're on the
for something?
topic now, he
I don't
did.
bring up
He
political
actually
stuff.
got behind someone, and I'm not trying to give my opinion or go too far into it, but I was just like, man, I wish he didn't do that. I wish he just kept to what he was doing, but it is what it is, though. So
Do you mind saying who got behind? Because
No.
I didn't see it.
No, we're not talking. No,
no, people will stop listening to us if we
No.
mention that guy's name.
No, we're not doing it. We're not doing it.
All right, just send it to the group chat. or just text in the group chat who
because it's gonna lead into something that I do not want to bring. I don't want to talk about.
On the car ride home Saturday, remember, Ricky? Okay, leading on to our next topic then. Samuel Jackson is gonna play Nick Fury in the Marvel Disney Plus series. You guys heard about it because it's in our doc. But what do you guys think about that?
He is.
I was gonna say, did you guys hear that? But it's in our doc, so like, of course you guys heard it.
Come on, do you ever read the docs?
I'm the one that makes the doc.
Yeah, like I look at it to see the topics. Sometimes I'll click on them, but like if I'm hosting, I'll read it. If I'm hosting, I'll read it. If not, I won't.
Don't be surprised, Ricky.
Just being honest.
I'm not, but still, this is for those who watch. This is more for the people who watch the YouTube version of this, so they know how much I feel of how much this makes me feel when I hear that kind of stuff. That's the only reason why I do that.
How do you feel, Ricky?
So
and I'm not gonna be like, did you guys hear?
So you just did. You literally just did.
Yeah, but like, I'm not gonna. Anyways, so what you guys think about that? Isaac, you said you were shocked. It sounded like you were shocked. You hear me?
A little bit. Honestly, that's awesome.
Wait, how would you be shocked?
Huh?
Why would you be shocked?
I don't know. He was shocked when I said it. He was like, "Really?" When I said it.
Because I didn't read the topic.
So I'll just go ahead and sum up some of the article. So basically, Samuel Jackson is going to be in the Disney Plus Marvel series, but as of right now, it's kind of being under wraps. It goes on to say about,
everybody knows.
No, I think it's more of the premise of it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we don't know if it's gonna be before the whole cutscene that he was on the ship or after the cutscene. Spoilers, my bad.
I think it's after. I think it's after.
I feel like it is. I hope it is because I kind of want to see storylines of how he got there, or the reason he got there, or the reason he's on the ship in general. I really hope so. I think it'd be interesting. I think it's gonna be really cool. What you think, Ricky? Other than what you just said, like more context to your. What do you think it's gonna be?
Oh yeah, this is definitely happening. This is definitely most likely set right after a particular scene in a particular MCU movie and all that stuff. Wait. Oh no, there's more context to it because it does involve a movie that Isaac hasn't seen yet. Yeah. So do I
have to watch that movie?
I was gonna say, to give a little more context to the end credit scene, because this is the end credit scene after Far From Home, and so that stuff. So knowing those two characters does ask of why and all that stuff because it relates to Captain Marvel. Of course, who those don't know, Nick Fury was in that movie younger because it's set in the 90s and all that stuff. This is now our 5th or 6th Disney Plus MCU movie that's coming. So it's like I feel like they're really trying to like pump these shows out as much as possible. Not as possible, but like giving more content and more storyline to the MCU itself and all that stuff. Besides of just giving us the movies, which I'm excited for, and then plus it's Nick Fury and all that stuff. Samuel Jackson, Nick Fury. Like, what more do you want? And all that stuff. Like, we've got him in what? I think it was like maybe a total maybe 5 movies and all that stuff. One, the big one, he only like was like part of 2 and all that stuff. Like, he was actually like had a big presence was the first Avengers and the Winter Soldier. And all that stuff. So,
I'd say he was pretty much in the Spider. Nah, never mind.
Oh, Far From Home. No, Far From Home.
Yeah,
no. He's
technically no.
But I mean, like, I think more like when I think of like Nick Fury and what he's had an impact on. I feel Avengers and Winter Soldier more. I feel for Far From Home, he is more of a side character in a way.
Yeah, that's true.
And not something impactful. I mean, don't get me wrong, he has his moments and all that stuff in that movie. And then plus, like I said, the end credit scene gives more sense of what he was like and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. That's why some people were like kind of iffy about it. But then like and I can understand it, but then like when you see that end credit scene, like you can I honestly let that slide. In all honesty, because it's like okay, makes more sense why this happened and all that stuff and everything like that.
Yeah.
But like I said, I his two, I feel he has more of an impact in out of the movies he's out of the appearances he's been in movies is Avengers and Winter Soldier and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. And like it'd be nice to know of if it is more of a post thing, it is probably gonna be like him running commanding this space team of Shield and all that stuff. In the comics, there's an actual name of it in the comics. It's called Sword. I don't know the full name of it right now on the top of my head and all that stuff. It is a long name, just like if you do when Shield does theirs and all that stuff. But it could give us introduction into more of other characters that are within that brand, such as within that team, which is called her name is Abigail Brand. She's like the actual she's like the commander of Sword and everything. She's also funny that I just found out about and all that stuff because like I don't read a lot of comics that surround her as much in Marvel. She's half human, she's part human, part mutant, part alien. What alien I don't know and all that stuff. And so like it gets us to introduce her more into the MCU. It'll probably give us like an idea of was it Nick Fury that got disintegrated back in Infinity War? Because that there's a question in that related to the Far From Home credit scene too,
That's true.
and all that stuff. So there's a question there. There's like somewhat of an unanswered question, maybe I don't know for sure.
Or maybe both.
And all that stuff. Both. What do you mean both?
It's hard to get context to what I just said because of the fact
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean
space
both?
and Earth. I mean, both of them. Like if it wasn't Nick Fury that got disintegrated, did both Nick Furies get disintegrated? You know what I mean?
One of them had to be alive.
You think so?
One of them had
It
to
makes
be alive
sense.
and all that stuff because you can't. Because the fact that he was there and all that stuff in that particular scene in Infinity War when he did get disintegrated, and then coming from Far From Home, who knows how long he's been in that ship too? Like we don't know because if we don't know because if people remember, everything now is like 5 years later after Infinity War at the first half, technically the first part of an Endgame when they meet that when they catch Thanos and find out the stones are destroyed and all that stuff. So remember, everything's like there's a time jump. So pretty much between when they cut Thanos' head and all that stuff in Endgame to where we are now, we don't know what happened really. We don't know the whole thing about Nick Fury really, and also, and of course that's Nick Fury's thing anyways. We don't know much about him anyways, and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's just
so
so shtick.
So it's like the fact that it was like he's been on the ship. There's one little element in the MCU of and all that stuff that's happened, and it's gonna be so it's like, is that gonna be mentioned? Remember these are gonna be Disney Plus shows, so we're not gonna get like a full like 20 episode run of this show and everything like that. You're looking at maybe 6 to 8 episodes kind of thing. So there's gonna be a lot to be digest within that show to know more of what's gonna happen. And then plus, like, who else will be in the show and all that stuff? Are we gonna get Maria Hill and all that stuff? Is there a possible chance of Coulson coming back and all that stuff? Maybe because like there is somewhat of an indirect connection to Agents of Shield because he came back to life and all this other stuff. For those who didn't watch that show and all that stuff, like maybe and then possibly they use that to have him come back into maybe this Nick Fury show. Maybe I don't know. It'd be nice to have Coulson back into the MCU again. For those who especially if those who are fans of him who watched the Agents of Shield. Do we see new character? What kind of characters are we gonna get for this stuff and everything like that? Is this gonna be more related to space? Is it gonna take us back to Earth or somewhere else entirely? A lot of questions, a lot of things. But like I said, I am totally excited for this and all that stuff, and I can't wait. and all stuff. And we're probably not going to see this for maybe a couple years, maybe in a couple years.
Yeah, I don't think it's anytime soon.
I don't think we're going to see film. For those who don't know, just for also reference to the channel, WandaVision is going to be the first Disney Plus show. We actually did a trailer reaction to that on this channel, on the YouTube channel. So if you haven't seen that, check that out too, and all that stuff. And then of course, Falcon and the Winter Soldier is supposed to be the next show after that. Then we got Loki. We got She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, and all that stuff. Which I heard a rumor and all that stuff that Disney is looking to get Keanu Reeves for Moon Knight.
Really? He'd be a cool Moon Knight.
And all that stuff. And that would be interesting. That'd be interesting indeed. And all that stuff. But I don't know. It's like that's like I said, take that with a grain of salt and all that stuff. So we'll see how that goes and all that stuff and everything. But these shows are getting interesting. Because like here's the thing. We know about them. And except for maybe 2 of them, we don't know actual stories about them. Like what plots and all that stuff and everything like that. We know who they are as comic characters and all that stuff and what they've done and everything, but we don't know for sure what they're going to do MCU wise for them and all that stuff and everything like that.
Right.
I do know for the fact, and I could be wrong in all honesty, Mark Ruffalo, who plays Bruce Banner the Hulk, is supposed to reprise his role as that character in the She-Hulk show. I don't know if it's for the whole show seasons or just like a kind of like introduction thing to and all that stuff to show like and everything like that. Of course, Loki is supposed to, the Loki show is set after Endgame because it's the Loki that when they went back in time, he was the one that got captured but took the Tesseract and all that stuff and left. So that causes like time ripple replications and all that stuff and everything like that. So there's more to go off that. What is the other shows that I mentioned? We already know about WandaVision. Hawkeye, I can't forget about him. Can't forget about that one. That was the other show that got announced.
What's that one going to be about? Because I don't know.
That's the thing.
I haven't heard it.
That's another show we don't know about. This is supposed to be not only is it supposed to be Jeremy Renner coming back as Hawkeye, but it's also supposed to introduce the female Hawkeye from the comics, Kate Bishop. So there's probably gonna be some kind of thing going on there. There's talks of they're also going to try to explore his time as Ronin when he was that assassin.
Oh, okay.
In game and everything. For those who don't understand that character particularly, and what other shows? Miss Marvel, we don't know storyline wise, and all that stuff. But does that introduce? Is her character going to introduce Inhumans into the MCU because that's who it is? That's who Miss Marvel is. She's more of an Inhuman. We don't know anything about Moon Knight. We don't know how that's going to storyline. We still don't know nothing about She-Hulk. We do know that there is someone that has the lead that's going to play the character. There is a talks of Mark Ruffalo being in the show at some capacity and everything. But other than that, we don't know how that storyline is. Because the thing is now is like, especially with She-Hulk, comics wise, like how she was introduced, she is more of this, like, even though she did catch, like, she does have the Hulk and all that stuff, she was more able to control it to her because she's able to talk and everything like that and all that stuff when she transforms and she can transform back and forth like with ease with no issue. Recently in the comics, in the storyline Civil War II, she got attacked by Thanos and it put her into a coma and everything like that. And then when she got back from the coma, it turns out she finds out that Rhodey dies and all that stuff because Rhodey was part of that fight also, but he ends up dying in that same fight, and they were actually like dating in the comic in that part of the comics and all stuff. So don't push your buttons, don't get your theories and MCU theories going on after hearing that. Okay, I don't think that's gonna happen and all that stuff. But what that did to her, like her gamma stuff, like it messed it up. So she's actually becoming like starting to lose her control with it and all that stuff. And then instead of like she's becoming more of an actual Hulk and all that stuff, but she's unable to control it after the coma and all that stuff and everything like that. I think recently now she's able to control it now. I don't know. I haven't caught up in the comics as much, but so it's gonna be interesting of what they do with that and all that stuff. Do they go with the main how it was originally, where she was like in some kind of accident, and then it was like a blood transfusion from Bruce to her and all that stuff, which gave her the gamma powers and become the She-Hulk and all that stuff? Or do they still use that and but they mix in the current stuff where she actually is unable to control it of sorts and everything like that, and still with some mixes to it and all that stuff. And she's actually learning to control it better and all that stuff. I don't know. It's interesting. And then, like, of course, we know she is also a lawyer. She-Hulk is also a lawyer. What is that going to come into and all that stuff? Is it going to be, how's that going to work and everything? So, I'm
So they
excited.
bring in Matt Murdock? No,
I'm excited.
I know it's not possible.
Here's the thing. So,
That would make sense.
you're getting me into a tangent now. I hate when you did this. You had to bring up Matt Murdock. I was getting ready to end it, and you brought up Matt Murdock. Now you got me on the tangent. Great. So what I'm actually hearing is, come November of this year, the rights to Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, pretty much that whole Defenders Netflix portion of Marvel shows, that goes back to Marvel, like officially, like they can actually and all that stuff and everything.
They can use it.
They can now implement them in MCU proper and all that stuff and everything. So my thing is, and there's been talks about it for a bit too. My thing is save and especially now with COVID, it kind of works now in a bit because we don't know much about the next Spider-Man movie because it's still in pre-production, but it's set to come out next year. And as of right now, Tom Holland is currently filming for the Uncharted movie that's coming out and all that stuff. So my theory, and this is and I had this theory since after Far From Home. Far From Home, and pretty much what happens. So for those who remember, of course, his identity is blown. He's revealed and all that stuff at the end of that movie and all that stuff and everything like that. So most likely there's probably gonna be some like my thought is saved like She-Hulk gets her show. She's probably introduced in the MCU and all that stuff and everything like that. Or somehow she is actually introduced into the movie instead, and also and then have her show. Save Peter has to go to trial for what he's being Spider-Man and all this other stuff and everything like that. He's a kid, of course. He's still in high school and everything like that, and all that stuff. There's no way for him or Aunt May to afford an attorney. Guess who comes in to help him out?
Matt Murdock.
Matt Murdock.
And all that stuff. Matt Murdock, Blind Man. I'm praying that it's the same actor. I really am, because he was really good as him, and I can believe
he was.
And though this can't be the same Daredevil from the Netflix shows because those were pretty and all that stuff. I still believe he can do a proper MCU Daredevil and all that stuff, and comes in, he does all this stuff, and he's not even like Daredevil yet, but like he does have like the senses and all that stuff and everything like that from his blindness and everything like that. And it's like I think like this will like grow. This will be the start of him trying to become Daredevil and all that stuff in a way.
Yeah.
And all that stuff and everything. Like it's like
So do you think Ben Affleck will be down to? No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, what?
Ben Affleck. I was like, do you think Ben Affleck?
No, I just said who I picked who should do it. I just said who, and you want to put in Ben Affleck?
Did you watch that one, the Ben Affleck video?
Yeah, I watched that one.
What did you think of it? I thought the suit was dope. That's about it.
I didn't like it.
At the time,
I didn't
like that's awesome.
Yeah, I liked the suit. I thought the suit was cool. I mean, I liked the Kingpin that they used. I liked that. I don't remember the actor's name, but I liked that actor just in general. Huh?
From the movie?
Yeah. The Kingpin they used. What was his actor's name? What's his name?
I know what you're talking about, but I enjoyed him.
I'm gonna have to.
I enjoyed the series.
I'm gonna have to.
I'm gonna have to.
One better.
I was gonna say, I was like, yeah, I was like, what are you talking about? The one that was from the Netflix show, Vincent D'Onofrio, he was an amazing Daredevil. I mean, no, not Daredevil.
No,
Kingpin.
I'm saying the Netflix show one was better, but I did enjoy the Kingpin, the actor who played Kingpin in the movie.
No,
Is what I'm saying.
that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you on that part, at
Yeah,
least, and all that stuff.
yeah, I did enjoy him. Ben Affleck, I don't think he really made a good Daredevil, to be honest.
Michael Clark Duncan
I mean,
is the one that played the
there you
Kingpin in the
go.
movie.
Yeah, I, yeah, I enjoyed him. Or his parts in the movie.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
He was the one in Green Mile, right?
Yes.
Got
Yeah,
you.
John Coffey. That was an enjoyable movie too. Anyways,
Yeah.
let's move on to this topic before we start getting another rant. We're gonna start getting another rant. So, Microsoft is gonna be holding Series X and S's on launch day, which is November 10th, right, Ricky?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So now that means they're gonna be having them in stock on the day of launch, right? Like you can go to the website and purchase one that day, right? That's what that
Yes.
means, I
That's
think.
what it means.
Okay.
That's what it means.
Okay, because I figured they were gonna already have them like in stores on launch day. I just wasn't sure they were gonna have them online, which just post confirms. But like,
Well, because you have to look at it this way, and this goes back to the whole pre-order fiasco, and all that stuff, and all that for that stuff. Because like, I'm not surprised that they're holding units for launch day itself because that makes sense and all that stuff. Because
yeah,
you want to have product available on launch day and all that stuff, and why you limit it to certain to pre-orders for when pre-orders came. The thing is for the fact that we are in a COVID a pandemic still currently of sorts and everything like that. Not everything is open still. Not everybody not stores that are open are not allowing many people into the stores and all that stuff. So that way to keep everything clean, keep everything going and all that stuff. So the fact that it's like when people say it's that pre-orders for the Xbox at least were a disaster. That's not in all honesty, it's like it's kind of not. Like that's kind of that was expected to happen in my opinion and all that stuff because like on a new console generation, the fact that we're in a pandemic, so most likely you're going to see more people try to get these online instead of going into stores and all that stuff.
correct.
And people can say like, and then I've heard the talks. Don't get me wrong, I've kept up with them. I've on the gaming side of this, I kept the talks and all that stuff. People have said like, well, stores should be able to have like bots and everything like that to make this run smoothly and all that stuff. But yeah, at the same time though, it's like I don't because like here's the thing. This is the first time I ever pre-ordered a console online. Most times I pre-order new consoles. I pre-order them in stores. I've always done it in stores. I've never done it online. This is my first time. So for me, as a first-time person to do it, I'm not surprised for the fact that there was issues getting into websites and all that stuff and everything.
Yeah,
And all that stuff because I actually expected it. In all honesty, um, I'm still surprised to this day that I still have a pre-order for a Series X right now at the moment and all that stuff. Like it still surprises me because every time I go on Amazon and I go in my and I have to like I'm like and I go to my orders to check something, um, and I see it there, I'm like, oh, I did get it. Ah, I'm a lucky son. Though they did give me an email saying there's a chance I might get it later, which is fine. In all honesty, I'll be honest with that.
Like how
yeah,
later?
I don't know. That's the thing because
Oh
like
man.
we don't know for sure and all that stuff. Because like that's like the only issue I have with the pre-order online is allocation. Is the allocation of units they're gonna provide. That's the only issue I have with that. For the fact that it's like and all that stuff, especially if for it coming from Amazon, because like they just literally popped in, got it, boom, in, and I got my pre-order. I'm like, oh, that was too easy and all that stuff. Where it was like a mission, where it was like a journey and a mission to get it from the others, try to get it from the other stores and all that stuff and everything. And then let's not get me started with PlayStation. They screwed that up to the teeth and all that stuff. and that's
Yeah,
more the because
the
that's
whole
just and
PlayStation launch thing
because
was.
that's more the fact of them not doing everything correct, them not properly like it's coming in on this day, we're doing it on this time, we're having these stores pre-order it and all that stuff, or be like and all that stuff like because like they this literally happened after they did their whole showcase after announcing date and price for this the console and stuff. Freaking Microsoft before pre-order date, their official pre-order date, they had like 2 week. They did it was like in a 2 weeks notice and all that stuff in a way and all that stuff. So there was time to prepare for all that stuff and everything like that. And you can say it's like, oh well, they should have done this better if they had this much time. Yo, yeah, of course they could have. They most likely did, and all that stuff. They prepared as much as they could to make this work. We people need to remember though, we are in a pandemic. Buying stuff online is becoming more of a norm now than usual, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And you're not we're gonna like getting those high value visits on those stores, and then for it to be crashing like that. I don't like people can say they can predict that stuff like on and like I said, and this is like I said, this is my first time pre-ordering a console online. I don't know how it was beforehand and all that stuff and everything like that because I've always done mine in stores and always was able to get one on my launch day and also because I knew it was going to be there. Like I don't. I was like literally thinking it from like we're in a pandemic. People are gonna most likely gonna buy these more online now. I wouldn't be surprised launch day. Whatever store is gonna have them online, it's gonna be the same issue
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Unless
Yeah.
unless somehow between now and launch day they do prepare this correctly. They do try to find the preparedness they need to make sure of like sites don't crash and everything like that and everything. Um, and so that and then of course scammers to try to find a way to get rid of scammers and all that stuff because most people try to buy those just to resell them and all that stuff and everything. Um, it's like I don't like we're this is a console launch unlike any other because we're in a pandemic and all that stuff. Like this isn't like a normal thing where I can like I because like in all honesty I would have went to our nearby GameStop, put in my $50. That way I have it ready and then be ready for launch day and all that stuff. But since we're in different times now and all that stuff, I didn't want to risk myself again trying to to catch it on a launch day of all things, and decided to do it online. And then somehow I got lucky of getting a pre-order and all that stuff. Is there a chance of it getting coming in late? Yeah, but in all honesty, it's like that's what happens. That's the traits of pre-ordering online and all that stuff. And
Yeah, so you
I have
have to get it shipped to you.
I have to deal with that. I mean the wait no actually no this is my second time actually pre-ordering online
What did
for
you
a
get the
console. The first one was my
you
Switch.
get the Xbox One?
My first
Oh,
one
your
was my
Switch.
Switch.
Okay.
My first one was my
Oh
Switch.
Oh,
yeah.
you pre-ordered that one?
I pre-ordered that on Amazon and I got it launch day and all that stuff.
Oh, okay, that's
Oh
what's up.
nice.
That's
And
fair.
all that stuff. And that's the thing though. It was like, but that's the thing though. Also, it's like that was pre-COVID and all that stuff. I think Nintendo was already prepared for this kind of stuff too, and all that stuff because it is a Nintendo console, of course, of all things, and all that stuff. So it's like there's that preparedness right there. There's that and all that stuff. Like I said, I did get my launch day and all that stuff. But I think, like I said, now though, I think the scope of this though, because this is a new Xbox and a new PlayStation. These are more nothing against Nintendo and everything like that because they do their own thing. Like these are the big dogs and all that stuff. This is where these are. You're getting the nice shiny special graphics and all that other stuff and everything, and the fast load times and everything like that, and everything. And it's like people are excited for this stuff. Not like I said, but again, like I said, nothing against the Switch. It's its own different thing and all that stuff. It's like people are gonna want these new consoles. That's
Okay. Yeah, so leading on from that, Amazon released their gaming service, or not released it. They released information and they
what
released
announced.
the name and they released a bunch of um, announcements for it coming next month, which is called Luna. It'll include games from Ubisoft, Capcom, 505, and Team 17. So you'll be seeing games such as Grid, Sonic, Valhalla, Overcooked, Metro. games such as that, and they promise to add more, obviously. Um, it's gonna be $5.99 a month, so it's about $6. And on their website, I noticed there's two options. There's Luna Plus, with unlimited hours of play, 1080p and 60 frames per second, 4K coming soon to it. But also there's an option for Ubisoft, which has Ultimate Editions and DLC for select titles. You'll probably see DLC for like Assassin's Creed games, stuff like that. It's also saying 180p at 60 frames per second, 4K coming soon. You'll be able to stream one device at a time on the Ubisoft, while you'll be able to stream two devices at a time on Luna Plus. You'll be able to play PC, Mac, and Fire TV, with web apps for the iPhone and the iPad. Ricky, what do you think about this?
Okay, so the one thing you forgot to clearly mention, this is a cloud gaming service.
Oh yeah.
So not to confuse anyone, this isn't a brand new console and all that stuff from Amazon or anything. This is a cloud service, meaning you're streaming these games from the internet and all that stuff. They just did signups for early access to those who want to get a shot at it. It's a cloud. Here's the thing. This is what should have happened when Stadia came out, of how this is being rolled out. When Stadia first got announced, and this is Google's gaming thing, cloud gaming thing also, they pitched this more as a console in the cloud kind of thing, where all you had to do was you can buy the controller and all that stuff, and you can play it on your phone and all that stuff, but you have to pay for the games and all that stuff, like any normal console game what you would and all that stuff. You pay the $60 and all that stuff, and you have the game, but you are able to play it anywhere you can, whether it be on the phone, computer, Chromebook, your TV via a Chromecast Ultra, and everything and all that stuff. But there was no there's no subscription service to it of sorts to have like a list of games with it and all that stuff. What they have currently is a mimic to Xbox Live Gold and PS Plus and all that stuff, where it's like online service, you get a couple free games a month and everything like that, and then you also have access to like streaming your games in 4K if you get that option. I'm interested to see where this goes and all that stuff. The channels thing is interesting. The fact that you have a $6 one, which gives you up to 100 games from the article I read, and it's a way variety of sorts. But then you have an addition. There's an option of additional channels, such as the Ubisoft one, which no price yet that we don't know of, and all that stuff. Limited games with and access to the games, such as and including new games that come out. So like for the upcoming Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Far Cry 6 next year, and everything. And all that stuff is interesting, but what is that price point going to be? That's going to be a monthly price and all that stuff. And all that stuff, and then it's like it's giving you access to all these games and all that stuff. So you're not only
and the Ubisoft one, like it states that you get DLC as well. So
you get the DLC with it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like,
so it sounds like it'd be worth it more if you want to play those kinds of games. You know,
like I said, it just depends on what the price.
It depends on price.
The monthly price is going to be.
Yeah.
That's going to be on top of the $6. That's going to be on top of the $6 a month with the Luna Plus service and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And everything, and then there is also a controller that's going to come with. There is a controller for it when early access begins. It's $50. It has Alexa integration with it and all that stuff. And all that stuff, and it's supposed to make sure it can transfer between different devices smoothly. So, say from your Fire TV to your phone or a computer or Mac and all that stuff. And then the interesting about this is it's coming to iOS, like iPhone, iPad, but via web apps, meaning this is going through your mobile browser mostly, and all that stuff. Now, this does sound like a workaround of sorts for them not to avoid the 30% cut that Apple's App Store has, which is why you don't see xCloud on there, Stadia on there, because of that price cut, and the reason why there's this whole Fortnite versus Apple battle happening right now too, and all that stuff. So they found somewhat of a workaround to get around, so that way they can have that played on iOS devices. But there's no Android launch. Well, not yet. And also, it mentioned saying it was going to come within weeks of first weeks of early access. I mean, if you're doing it within the mobile browser, pretty much on an iOS, why can't you do it for Chrome? And all that stuff because most likely it's going to go through the Safari browser for the Apple devices and all that stuff. Like, is there something that Google's not allowing you to do it on the Chrome on the phone and everything like that? Like, is there something else going on and all stuff that's not allowing that? It is an interesting thing to bring up on a technical standpoint on the back from back end stuff and all that stuff. I think the games they have for the Plus servers are interesting enough for the $6 price. I will say that. To name a few, it's like Resident Evil 7, Control, to name a couple of those, and then of course, like I said, whenever the Ubisoft channel becomes like active and has a price for it, that's gonna be something nice on top of. My guess is gonna probably be a $15.99 price. I'm gonna be honest, $15.99 a month, $14.99 a month, because they have a service called Uplay Plus, which is currently on PC only, where it's the same stuff that you're talking about, that we're just talking about, but instead of streaming it, you download the games and all that stuff into your computer and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna probably go off that. That's probably the price and all that stuff, because it's sounding similar to that. My thought is, are they gonna do? It seems like they're gonna try to add more channels. So are we gonna see like other publishers such as like Electronic Arts and all that stuff, EA that does the sports titles, Mass Effect and all them and everything. Are we gonna see them have their own channel on here and all that stuff? What games are gonna be on the Luna Plus service? Are they gonna stay? Are they completely in? Are they gonna stay on there for that $6 a month? Or are games gonna get rotated out, similar like how Netflix does with their movies and TV shows and all stuff? Even Xbox Game Pass does that with some of their titles too, and all that stuff. So it's like, it's gonna be interesting to see how this goes and all that stuff about what's gonna be on the service at least and everything like that. And plus, if anyone's actually gonna get it too, like, are people gonna be really interested in stuff? Because like, here's the one thing I'm gonna say about this, and this is and all that stuff. Streaming a game takes a lot of data. I kid you not. Streaming a game in general, this is just playing it off the cloud server from where it's coming from. It is a lot of data and all that stuff. And we're in a day and age where ISPs don't offer. Well, they do, but they are like, they data cap how much data you use on your internet and all that stuff. And I will admit, I exceed that almost every month, and I hate it every time. And the only way for me to not do that, I have to pay $50 more on top of the current bill I have to keep that to avoid those charges. And I'm like, no, that should not be extra. And this day and age, especially for gamers and all that stuff. If you're like the everyday gamer or content creator or source that streams, puts stuff on YouTube and everything like that, like, if you're on the data cap, oh gosh, and all that stuff. But it's at the same time, it's like, since now we're in COVID now, most people are working from home and all that stuff and everything like that. They're most likely streaming so much things, whether it's from Netflix, Hulu, YouTube TV, and all that other stuff. Twitch streamers, people watching Twitch streamers and all that stuff and everything like that. Data caps sucks and all that stuff, and I hate it. And I hope that if these cloud services grow to what they tend to be popular and all that stuff, I hope that catches eyes on, like, at least for like ISPs, like home, like your Xfinity's, your Cox, and all that stuff and everything like that. Your Spectrum and all that stuff. That's like the different ISPs around the states because they're different areas and all that stuff that shouldn't happen. Like they'll realize like okay maybe we should start either cheapen the unlimited plan down to like at least $20 a month and everything like that, or make it a thing now and all that stuff because terabyte caps are not help. A terabyte cap ain't working anymore, especially for me and all that stuff. And oh, the one last thing because I did mention Twitch. The Luna has like Twitch integration stuff where you can watch a stream, and if the game is part of the service, you can just play the game directly from the thing and all that stuff. Not with the streamer, but like you can just start playing the game.
Yeah. Get the game and just install it right there, right?
No,
And
you
just start
don't.
playing.
You don't. This is a cloud service, man. You don't install games.
Yeah.
You just play it
No,
off
I
the
didn't
cloud.
install it. I meant like start playing.
You
Like,
start playing it. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So will you be getting it, Ricky?
Oh, I'm testing it out.
I have to apply for the little
I'm a proponent.
start it.
I think
Yeah.
I think this cloud streaming stuff is like awesome. Like I have Xbox game streaming on my phone from Game Pass because they have the cloud streaming stuff and all that stuff. Works like a charm and everything
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
the one. That's the only one I have currently is Game Pass.
And all that stuff.
The Xbox Game Pass one.
And all that
I
stuff.
enjoy it. I don't use it as much as I thought I would.
But then, are you?
I think I've used it only a couple times.
Are you out as much? That's the other thing.
Not anymore.
Exactly.
When I was playing it like at lunchtime,
No, stuff
after school, or like during lunch at school, like I would play it. But
like the thing
not
is
really anymore.
the thing is particularly with Amazon's Luna and then Google's Stadia, they are trying to make it your main thing to use, no matter what. How else? Where I feel with XCloud, in particularly, is a supplement of sorts.
It's just if you're
and all that stuff. It's
like
not,
on the go.
They're not making it. They're not pushing it as a big thing, even though like they present it, but they don't make it like this is an important thing, such as like
Alternative.
a Series X or like or Series S, like all that stuff. This is something they are telling you like, hey, you have Game Pass, you play your games on your Xbox already as much as these games on Xbox already. There's this other option if you happen to be on the go, where they're be on like on a bus or something like that, or hell, even if you don't want to, you're watching something on TV at home and all that stuff, and you don't want to turn on your Xbox, you can just literally plug in your control, connect your controller to your phone, have it go and start playing right there while you're still watching TV, or if you're on a bus ride and everything like that, or if mobile services have good connection while on the road, play something there on a road trip.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, I can't remember myself using it. I think I've used it like once at home or twice. That's because I don't have an Xbox, I guess.
Yeah, but it's like for me, it's like that's.
But then if I'm at home, I'll just use the computer version. Like I won't use my phone version.
Well, no, and I get that, but I'm saying though, like there are people where it's like I am one of those people where it's like I'm watching something on TV. It's like and all that stuff, but it's like I do want to like for me right now, it's like my Xbox is right here where I'm currently at right now. It's not connected to my living room, and all that stuff. And I can be in my living room watching something and all that stuff, and it's like it can be like a rerun of something and all that stuff. But I want to go through like a couple missions on a game that I know is on Game Pass and all that stuff. I don't have to get up, switch to another room, and all that stuff and everything like that. I can just literally I can have it because I leave an extra controller out there anyways and all that stuff. Connect it to my controller, connect it to my phone. I have a clip, attach it all, and just start playing and all that stuff. And while I have it playing on the back, have the TV playing and all that stuff because that is a convenient thing to have and all that stuff and everything like that. You're just like I said, this is a supplement. I'm not doing it to be on there for hours on end and all that stuff and everything.
To replace it, yeah.
Yeah, and all that stuff. I'm literally just like I wanna play a mission on something, just a mission, that's it, and all that stuff. Like Destiny, for instance. Do a couple missions on that, hook it up, and I just want to do a couple missions on Destiny and all that stuff, and everything, and like just hook, get it all together, start playing in a bit, and then like once I'm done, I'm done, and all that stuff. Like, and that's just being in the living room and all that stuff. Like now, like I said, now on the bus or on something like that, in your Uber or something like, and everything like that, or like I said, or taking that long road trip, permit it how mobile services are depending on where you are on the freeway and all that stuff and everything. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
play, just connect it again, hop it, start playing it and all that stuff. Just play some stuff and everything like that. And then also for the fact of like, the only game on there that has it right now is like if Minecraft Dungeons has actual touch controls and all that stuff and everything. So you don't have your controller if you don't say you don't have the controller, but you want to play Minecraft Dungeons. There's actual touch controls for that game and all that stuff. They literally put touch controls for that game if you're playing it from the cloud on all that stuff and everything like that. And then from what I hear, it works. I haven't tried it. I haven't tested it myself yet, but I hear it works and all that stuff. And then that's pretty cool to have for something like that, at least for Minecraft Dungeons, because it's not something you have to like remember a lot of things of. It's just like here and there, point and click stuff. And it's like that's why it's like I enjoy xCloud and all that stuff. Like with Luna, like this just feels like it's gonna feel like another console you're having, but just without the box, unless you get like a Fire TV or something and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. Like this feels more like a box, but the better thing about this over Stadia, you're not paying for each game. You already have a collection of games right there for $6.
True, it's like a subscription service.
And then
kind of.
And then the channel.
Well, it is a subscription.
It is.
Yeah.
And then the channels, whenever those start becoming a thing, and depending on their prices and all that stuff.
Yeah. So it's definitely gonna be interesting. I can see myself maybe trying it for sure. Maybe not consistently having it. Isaac, what about you?
I think everything that's coming out is very interesting. And I think I probably will enjoy testing them out just like Ricky and seeing what they can offer and what they can do. The process of it is, amazing in itself, that you can go from your phone to your tablet to your laptop, and gaming. And I think that's something we all kind of been waiting for, is something unique, creative, and I feel like not just Amazon, but Stadia and even, other services probably might emerge with the same idea. And I'm thinking I'm a person that loves to see competition, so I want to see what kind of creativity that services come up with to even produce something even better. And Ricky is right; it uses a lot of data, so I don't know how they're gonna be able to handle that issue when everybody in the world is trying to play a game at the same time. But that's okay. I mean, that's the process, and sometimes you're gonna have a lot of failures to learn from them and to basically learn from them. So that's something that I know many services will probably have to go through with their own servers, and either they spend a lot of money on in-house servers or they spend a lot of more money on service farms. I don't know what they can do.
Amazon's good on that. Amazon's good on that. They have their own.
Yeah, we'll see though. We'll see, because like I'm saying, like everybody is playing at the same time. Not saying they can't, but like you said, like that's a lot of data at one time. So
well, it's not more the fact of Amazon, even Microsoft and Google's with their cloud services, how their servers work to get this stuff to show on the phones. It's more the fact of your own your data service, like your internet provider, your wireless carrier that you use and all that stuff.
Yeah, and that would kind of bring up the question, like what is T-Mobile going to do? What is AT&T going to do? And Verizon going to do when everybody wants to play at the same time?
Well, T-Mobile already has most of their plans are already unlimited.
They say unlimited, but I have the unlimited plan, and they'll still message me saying
they'll slow down.
There's data cap.
They'll slow down after. Yeah. It slows down. It doesn't charge you after that. Too. And all that stuff.
But that's a huge thing, because what if you're playing and then you start lagging because they put a cap on you?
honestly.
and next thing you know,
So
you're just like,
see, like that there, I can understand. Like that stuff, that there, yeah. Like that's where I'm more. That's what I'm trying to more figure out what those people are gonna do if this
yeah,
grows, if this actually grows to be more of a bigger thing, especially here in the states and all that stuff and all that stuff. Like I can see this like being fine, like seeing this somewhere in like Asian countries such as like Korea, Japan, and all that stuff. Like, is it gonna grow here in the states? Because like here's the thing about here in the states, it's like not everyone has high speed internet and all that stuff too. And all that
exactly.
stuff.
And I feel like too is just that I can see phone services piggybacking on this and making another service like, oh, like if you want your regular service plus extra speed or something like that. I feel like they're gonna
I don't
try
think
to
that.
like
I don't.
piggyback on it.
I can see that from a Verizon or AT&T. Um, particularly more Verizon. I don't see that from a T-Mobile.
You don't think so?
Unless
Because they always got something going on.
T-Mobile more is more of like they'll do something correct, but there's always a caveat in a way. But it doesn't
Mhm.
involve like charging extra and all that stuff
Right.
and everything like that. It's more of like it's more of a having a cap than it is charging you extra for it and all that stuff. Whereas Verizon, I can see them doing something like that, but it is like an extra add-on service to it, and all that
Yeah,
stuff
like a boost.
for like a certain month and all that stuff and everything like that. But then again, it's like why would if they start limiting, especially now when everything's transitioning from 4G to 5G and all that stuff, and they're gonna start like capping like you can go up to this number of speeds on this for this price, and then the same thing with the next and all that stuff.
But what do you guys think? I mean, I know I'm gonna change the conversation a bit, but what do you guys think about 5G? About all the stories about how like the towers are making people sick or
Stupid.
birds falling out of the sky because they're dying from the radiation. Do you
It's
feel like
weird.
you guys think that's true, or you
No,
guys feel like it's not true?
if it was, it would have been a bigger
No,
deal. In all honesty,
Okay.
people
yeah,
are
But we
wait.
haven't we
people
haven't seen them. I mean, who has 5G right now? I mean, other than
out of
Sacramento.
us,
Yeah, I know Sacramento
LA,
has 5G, right?
LA. I think Frisco just got it open. It depends on the carrier also, because not everyone has it. Not all of them have it open in certain areas. In all areas. And all that
I
stuff.
think T-Mobile is introducing 5G, but I don't know if they have 5G right
No,
now.
they're most out of the three is T-Mobile that has most 5G coverage area. I know, but it's not
Okay.
for. I think for where we live, it's not available yet.
Yeah.
And all that stuff, but like more like you're looking at more of the bigger series. They are focusing more on like rural areas to get it all activated and all that stuff. So you're seeing like more Midwest areas and all that stuff to get that are getting it, um, and all that, for all that stuff. But the thing is, like for them, it's like they said it from the get go. It's like when you upgrade to 5G, you get it if you, especially as long as you have the phone for it and all that stuff and
Yeah.
everything like that.
And
Where
do you think because of 5G, we're not going to see as much lagging? But do you think they're going to have a cap on 5G,
no, no,
or are it going to be unlimited?
no. It's part, like I said, T-Mobile already said that it's part of your plan and all that stuff. It's
Nice.
you're not gonna get charged extra for it or anything like that. Or I think
Oh,
Verizon,
cool.
I think Verizon was the one that said there is like a fee of it and all that stuff if you happen to have a phone that does 5G. AT&T has I haven't heard anything from AT&T, but then again, AT&T has issues with their rollouts no matter what.
So what I have to get a phone
You just need a
that
phone. You just need a phone that has
just
5G.
any regular, right?
That has
Okay.
5G.
So
So right now you're looking at the current this year's Samsung phones, whether it be the S20 or the S or the Note. Um, so far, I think that's the only one, if I remember correctly, that has 5G. The OnePlus 7 Pro McLaren, I think, is the one that has the 5G
right, yeah.
and all that
T-Mobile
stuff. Oh, and then
sold that one.
and the OnePlus 8, which is on just the OnePlus 8 that has 5G also, and all that stuff. And then I don't know. Well, I don't know about the new iPhone because it hasn't been announced yet.
Yeah, I don't think they have 5G. I didn't hear anything about
Well,
that.
because they haven't announced it yet.
The iPhone 12, yeah, they haven't announced it, but I thought you meant like the iPhone 11 now.
No, no,
I was
no.
like, oh no, I don't think so.
I'm talking about the new one.
Okay, I got you.
The 12, I don't know. They haven't said it. I haven't heard anything about like if it's gonna have 5G or not. That's what I'm trying to get at. Because normally you'll know this. We know this. There's talks about whatever will have it out by now. But and then since they did an event this in September, but it was more mainly for iPad and Apple Watch. So we're probably looking at an event in October. To introduce the phones, and then the next Pixel is supposed to be 5G. It's gonna have 5G.
Nice.
And all that stuff. So there's not this year you weren't gonna see a lot of devices with 5G. Next year for sure we're gonna see more devices with 5G. But it's like here's the thing also, like this is just the start. Like you won't start seeing like advancements on this stuff until later on and all that stuff. We're still in the infancy of this thing and all that stuff. I never believed the whole 5G radio towers causing certain things and all that stuff and everything like that. Like hell, even people start saying that it was the reason we have corona and all that stuff. I'm like, no.
People believe anything, honestly.
That's why it's like I don't take it as a big. That's why it's like people are taking this as a bigger deal as it should be.
And if I can ask, what 5G phone will you be picking this year or next year? And I know you probably mentioned it, but maybe let the audience know.
Probably this year. It depends because, like, here's the thing. So, OnePlus is supposed to announce the 8T, and that's supposed to be a more similar to the Pro than it is to the regular 8 and all that stuff. The Pixel 5 is supposed to get announced this week, and then Samsung just announced and released what is called the Samsung Galaxy S20 Fan Edition. Now, all that is it's the same phone as the regular S20. The screen is a 1080p only. It's a plastic back. The camera doesn't have the super zoom thing that they claim, where it does like that whole big magnification and all that stuff, which is fine. I don't care really. And so far, since that one's already out and announced, that new Galaxy is out and announced and already out and available on T-Mobile. The other two haven't been announced yet, and they haven't specifically set. So I don't know anything about carrier availability for those yet, and all that stuff. So I'm waiting for those two, and then maybe by end of October, you'll probably see me with one of those three phones. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
But then,
what about you, Manny? Sorry, go ahead, Ricky.
I was gonna say, but then again, it's like 5G is not available for where we live right now at the moment, so I'm not sure about it really.
Yeah. And what about you, Manny? Like, what are your thoughts about 5G?
I think it's pretty cool. I don't know enough about it to give it my like any opinions on it, like in-depth opinions. But I'll probably switch over when there's a 5G phone eligible, as long as it's the new Note. 'Cause I know the new Note will end up getting it. And I think if not the 10 and the 11 for sure, obviously. But I will be getting a 5G phone in the future, if not next year, then the following. Yeah.
Nice. I think for me, depends on what Apple has to offer with the new phones that they're going to be announcing soon. And I don't know. I think the only reason why I got an iPhone is because everyone else had it, and I felt like I never gave an iPhone a chance. So I was just like, okay, see what the hype is about. And yeah, I miss Android because it was just like straight customization. And it's funny because iPhone 11 let out their new iOS 14, and people are like, people are going crazy about customizing it. And I was just like,
go ahead, I'll finish it.
And I was like, people going crazy about the iOS 14, like, oh my goodness, like it can go into a small screen now, like things Android been having like for years. And so it's just funny to me. It's just like I feel like iPhone users like live under a rock or something. Like if they don't know, like other phones have that. I know they do, but it's just like for me that just is crazy to me because I'm like, every time my friends like, oh man, you see this is badass. I'm like, Samsung's been having that for like years. And then he's just like, so, well, we do it better. I was just like, no, you don't. I was like, it's really not.
I kid you not, because like that was like a trend. That was like a freaking trend on my For You page.
It's
on
still going
TikTok
like a trend.
and
People
all
are
that stuff.
still
And I'm like,
customizing.
I see them and I'm like, really? Like this is
Yeah,
like,
dude,
that's what
it's
you do?
crazy. Like customizing icons, wallpapers,
Yeah.
aesthetics, like just all this crazy. I mean, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
if
don't get
that's
me
what they
wrong.
really
Like,
like. It's
there's
cool.
some cool things on it. There was one I saw where it had like each app icon was the CEO of that company. And
What?
it
That's
had
like,
it had the icon of the company on like on the bottom right of each one. That one
really?
I thought was cool and everything like that. But it was just like at the same time, it's like this has been an Android feature for so long, and
Yeah.
and
And it's funny because like a friend of mine was just like, I was like, why don't you just get Android if you love customizing so much? He's like, because they're so complicated. I was like, they're not. If you love to customize, if you're a customized person, you want to customize everything, then
no, if
get an
you're
Android. You're
willing,
doing it now on the iOS 14, so what's the difference
no, it's
now?
more if you're willing to put in the work and really do it, you would do it and all that stuff. The fact
Yeah.
that's the thing about Apple at the same time with iOS in general. It's like it is literally like touch this and there you go and all that stuff. Like it's like literally like they literally like make it easy for them and all that stuff. They make it more convenient. And don't get me wrong, like I can understand that and all that stuff. Like for whoever uses iPhones and all that stuff. But at the same time, it's like you're just making it for easier for people with easier that for some people that could probably learn this on an Android phone with no issue too. And all that stuff. It's really not hard to do. Really, like all it is like if you just want to get into it and start customizing your Android phones and all that stuff with all the thing it is, and that's just not even just from app icons and backgrounds and widgets, freaking the launcher itself, the how you want it to how you want to stylize everything and all that stuff and everything, text even and all that stuff, like the font of your phone and all that stuff and everything like that. That's like literally a Google search away to get that all set up and find like the best stuff to do and all that stuff. Like literally,
Yeah.
if you want to see stuff, like there's an Instagram account I follow called Android Output, I think it's called, and literally each post is like a different style home screen, those are 15 times better than what I see on iOS 14. And all
Yeah.
honesty, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty crazy Android customizations. I'm like, that's really cool. So yeah, that's my take on it. But anyway, take it away, Manny. Any other more topics we have?
Okay, yeah, we have another topic. So it was already confirmed that Mayweather will be fighting Pacquiao, and Pacquiao's winnings will be a majority of Pacquiao's winnings will be donated to the not donated, yeah, to the Filipino COVID-19 relief fund. I want to say they called it. He said.
Wow. His winnings, like
Uh,
all of it or majority?
no, it just said a majority, a portion.
Oh,
It
Wait,
just said that. Yeah.
who was supposed to be fighting again?
Conor McGregor and
McGregor and
Pacquiao.
I could have sworn you said Mayweather.
No.
Did he?
I
I don't
could've-
remember. I didn't.
It
I-
sounded like
I
you said
didn't hear.
I know
Mayweather.
Mayweather did do a. Did you guys see the Mayweather shoot on it? When you heard about that?
Don't know, don't care.
No. Oh, I care what he
Yeah,
said.
I didn't
What
watch
did
it.
he say? Oh,
I didn't watch it.
okay.
I was like, you're not in the fight. Why do I care about what you think? I was like,
True.
Why did you even bring it up then?
cause I figured Isaac would have watched it. Cause like I know
didn't
Isaac's
see
pretty
that,
deep into fighting.
but I'm gonna watch it now. I mean, I like all of
Okay.
boxing, and I like Mayweather. I don't care. I think he's. I
Uh,
think. Yeah, go ahead.
I can't lie. Like he is. I would be lying if I said he wasn't a talented fighter. I don't like his style of fighting. I'm more into like the standing bag fights, like where they're just throwing
Slug it
punches
out.
left and right. Yeah, I'm more into slugfests. So I don't like his style, but I'd be lying if I said that he wasn't a good fighter. He's an amazing
Right.
fighter. He's very smart about how he fights.
Very
He
much.
knows when to pick his shots. He knows when to pick it, where to put them, where to place them. But I don't know. I didn't really care about what he thought about it because like I'm not that much into fights to be like, oh, what's everybody's opinion on things. Like it's not that I don't care, but like it's not really that important to me. You know what I mean? Like if I was more
Yeah,
into fighting, I feel like I'd probably want to know everybody's like opinions and stuff. But
hmm
it's just not that much of an importance to me to know everybody's opinion. So
right.
I
And
didn't
I
watch it, but
I think for
I don't know. I'm pretty
myself,
excited for this fight. This seems pretty cool.
yeah. If it does come into like official, if it becomes official, the only thing I'm thinking about is like, is McGregor gonna trash talk on Pacquiao like he did Mayweather? Because Pacquiao is super humble, nice dude. You just can't hate him. You know what I'm saying?
I don't I don't think he will.
You know, would he be calm and collected? Like,
I
yes, I
don't think
have
he will. I feel
opportunity
like
to
he
fight this
respects him
guy.
way too much.
Yeah, because you never
I
hear
feel like he
Pacquiao
respects
trash talk anyway. I
him
think
way
he
too
will
much.
laugh more than anything else if he says stuff. Because he thinks
Yeah,
he probably think like this guy's funny. Like that's what I'm probably thinking about. But then again, I wonder what
most
weight they're
likely.
gonna fight at. Because what weight is Pacquiao at now? 150,
I don't
155?
know.
Because Mayweather having to go down to 155? No way. Oh wait, well did start out from there, right?
McGregor. You
Yeah,
mean
didn't he
McGregor?
start from there? Yeah,
McGregor's
sorry,
Mayweather.
McGregor. I did it again. My bad.
uh,
But didn't McGregor start
I,
off like at 150?
yeah.
yeah, and he started bulking. I feel like McGregor. It'd be a lot easier if McGregor did it. Um, but I don't know. Uh, who do you think this fight when if this fight does become official? Who do you think it leads more towards? You think it leads
Pacquiao.
more towards? You think it leads more towards Pacquiao?
Oh yeah, 100%. I don't see Pacquiao losing. If I do, that would be crazy. I'll be
Yeah.
going nuts. I'll be like,
So
whoa.
if things continue to go at the rate they're going, I'm expecting probably 2021 most likely.
Yeah, 100%.
Um, if this is 2021 already, COVID's already out of the picture. Can you see yourself going to this fight?
No.
You said, can I see myself going to this fight?
Yeah.
I wouldn't go to it, but I'll watch it from my
Oh, okay.
house.
'Cause I
Yeah.
remember at the fight when we were chilling, you said that you really want to go to the fight, so I thought maybe this one would be.
Not this fight.
No, not that fight. I'm still
I
all
heard
for the
this might be
Adesanya and
so
John Jones
expensive.
fight. If that ever becomes real, we're all going. I don't care what you guys say. We're all going.
Here's the thing about this fight in particular. This is just pretty much McGregor jumping into a boxing ring again, but against one of the other biggest fighters in the sport and all that stuff. This isn't
Yeah.
him. This isn't him in an octagon against Nate Diaz again or anything like that, or fight or doing a
Yeah.
catch weight with someone with someone from another division and all that stuff. This isn't something that I would pay tickets for. This is something I would pay for to watch on TV. Only.
Yeah.
The same thing
Now,
when he fought Mayweather and all that stuff.
yeah. Now, if it was like a title fight, I'll be like,
No, even if it was that.
that'd be way more interesting. I know he would never do that, but I'm just saying if it was like a title on, I'm like, whoa,
I don't even think Pacquiao's a title holder.
he's not?
I don't think so.
No, he's not. No, I don't think so.
It's hard for me to keep up with the boxing title stuff. To
You know,
be
a fight
honest.
another crossover MMA boxing fight I would like to see is Jorge Masvidal and Canelo. I
That
would
would
watch
be
that
tight.
one.
Are they same
I would
weight?
watch that one. No, I think Masvidal is at 170.
So he would have to go down or
No, because Canelo was at 172. No, he was at 165 the last time he fought. So I think yeah, because he fought Daniel Jacobs and they were at 165. So Masvidal probably would have to go down to 165, which isn't a big deal, I don't think.
no? I don't
Uh,
know. I think for some
uh,
reason I'm not believing this until this is actually official.
Yeah,
I believe it would be. I heard Dana White supposedly backing it. Like
My point exactly.
Yeah,
Because
Dana White
I
really
mean,
wants it.
because
He'll
he would have
make it
said no.
happen.
Because like this is what I don't, and I'm saying this now. If this is official, or at least something that's of a grain of it that's actually like noticeable or something. Dana White would have said something Saturday night at his press conference. Was McGregor brought up in his conversation in his conference? Yes, but it wasn't about this fight. It was about McGregor exposing DMs and all that stuff.
Oh God.
And all that stuff. About a conversation between Dana White and McGregor and all that stuff.
Really? Wow. What was it?
I don't
What was it
know.
about?
I just caught a couple tweets off it. That's it. So I don't know the whole. I don't know what the tweets were. I mean, the DMs were about. So
Oh,
yeah, that's
geez.
one thing. That's one thing already. That doesn't seem like this is official. Second thing, I just saw an ESPN article about him and Dustin Poirier doing a fight for charity, agreeing to a fight for charity, and all that stuff
Huh.
in December. It just needs UFC's approval because they're still under contract with
Yeah.
them and all that stuff. So until this is like I said, until this is official, like meaning this is posted by both managements. There is a poster and everything like that and everything, and then they have a date. Then I'll believe this.
See what you're saying?
We literally waited what, a year and a half for Mayweather and Pacquiao to not Mayweather, Mayweather and McGregor to happen. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I will not be surprised if that's the same time frame for that one. So I'm saying at least 2022.
Yeah.
I would say 21. I would say 21. I feel like this one's gonna go faster.
No, it's not.
I feel like it is.
Well, I mean,
No.
if you're
No. And here's the thing. And I'm gonna say this because it's definitely not gonna happen next year. COVID is gonna be a factor in this fight because the only way they get their money is with seats in the tickets, and with tickets with people in their seats.
True.
And all that stuff.
True.
Especially in boxing and all that stuff.
unless they do
Yeah.
$100 a pay-per-view, which I wouldn't buy that.
And all that stuff. That's how much Mayweather and McGregor was. And all that
Yeah,
stuff.
and that was with people in their seats.
And all that stuff. So you expect that pay-per-view to go up
Yeah.
if it's no fans.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like maybe 120.
And all that stuff.
Dang,
So,
imagine paying 120.
So like that's what I'm saying. This is gonna take time because like there's
But then, if you get a bunch of people over, it wouldn't be too bad. But I still wouldn't want to pay that.
No, like I'm not like this is what I'm saying. Because and then another thing, who is getting how much? This is not gonna be a 50-50 split. This is not gonna be a 50-50 split.
Nah.
Between the two fighters. It's definitely not.
Also, what was the McGregor Mayweather?
Mayweather had the advantage at I think 51, 52. I don't remember
2 million?
No, the split. I mean the split. Like,
got you.
The split of
all I know is McGregor probably got paid like
he got no.
Like
Mayweather got a payday, but I'm just saying like how that splits and all that stuff. It's not going to be a 50-50 split, and it wasn't with McGregor and Mayweather. It's definitely not going to be with Pacquiao and McGregor and all that stuff. And that is going.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be that's going to be a that's going to be a negotiation discussion. That and testing. Testing is going to be a thing. And all that stuff, especially with COVID now, and all that stuff. And you have to. COVID has to be in the mix on this. In all honesty, if Manny's
after COVID still
if Manny's dream of this happening next year, and all that stuff, COVID has to be a factor. COVID testing has to be a factor. In all honesty, and all that stuff. That's why I'm saying this is not going to happen at least until 2022, because hopefully by 2022 we are beyond this and all that stuff. And we did lose Manny and all that stuff for our audio listeners, just to let everyone know and all that stuff. I'm saying this, if either this fight happens in 2022 or it doesn't at all.
Yeah. We'll see.
Would you guys like to see a Canelo Mayweather match? A rematch? Not match.
Between who?
I
Canelo.
just said, would you guys like to see a Canelo Mayweather rematch?
No,
No.
no.
Would I watch it still? Probably.
No.
But
How many
I
times?
mean,
Have
I
they
don't care.
fought more than once, haven't they?
No, they fought one time.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
They did have a rematch.
Canelo
I'm
wants a
just
rematch, but I don't think Mayweather does.
no. Canelo's
Canelo-
like in his
Canelo's-
prime now.
Yeah, Canelo's in his prime. He has his own issues to deal with that whole DAZN thing.
Yeah, he's still suing in that
Yeah.
lawsuit
Canelo,
right now.
I think he called him out like a year ago or 2 years ago already.
Who hasn't?
Bet only.
Though.
So I don't think he'd want it right now. Yeah, that's true.
Who hasn't though? Like,
That's true.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is in boxing and in the UFC. Someone's gonna call someone out no matter what and all that stuff. But we're not gonna get the fight immediately. We're always gonna get that like at least 6 months to a year, even longer, for that to actually happen.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
I'm really hoping.
One
that
thing I
Nate
wouldn't want to happen that I know would never happen is I would like to see Mayweather McGregor, but UFC in an octagon. But I know that would never happen.
That's been talked
But I
about
think that would be
after the first
for
fight.
years.
That was talked about after the first fight.
Yeah,
And
but
still nothing.
you know that would never happen. Mayweather would not get knocked. Mayweather would not get in octagon.
Of course not. Even though he says he would.
At his age, though,
Yeah.
I
He
wouldn't.
wouldn't.
I wouldn't. If I was that age, I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I have nothing to prove after that.
That'll hurt his brand so much.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But if he did, just to get the biggest payday of his life, like say like a ridiculous number, like if people knew he was getting the octagon, everyone would want to watch that. Everybody. Doesn't matter if you're a fan or not, you're gonna want to watch that. If he
Yeah.
got into the octagon, I would watch that. And they'll be like he'll get a fat payday. I mean more than 100 mil. And so if the numbers are right, getting hurt like that, I would respect him from getting in. I mean, I know he's about to get his butt whooped, but I still respect him. And if he did hold his own and won, I'll be like, no way. It had to be like played out.
Fixed. I just imagine that.
Yeah.
Mayweather submits McGregor in round 2.
Damn, Mayweather submits McGregor. I'll be no.
He just chokes him out.
I don't know. I just like for those kind of big fights, like those imaginable big fights, like an empty arena is not gonna work. Not gonna cut it.
Oh no, definitely not.
It's not gonna cut it.
Definitely 2022, 23, like when this is all over. Hell yeah.
So, like you can't like the fact that the UFC still does fights, and then they have like and their fighters are still fighting, like even their big ones. I mean, Khabib is about to fight for his title at the end of October and all that stuff. Like I applaud him for that. I really do. But it's like watching, especially I'm gonna say that, watching that fight card with no fans and everything like that looked so weird.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. Like the fact that I was like, you don't hear the crowd, you don't hear the chants and the boos and all that stuff and everything like that.
All you hear is the coaches.
Because I kid you not, watching that Costa fight, that Costa Izzy fight, I can literally hear the boo. I can imagine the boos from how Costa was fighting that whole time. I can imagine them and all that stuff.
Oh, there will be a lot of boos.
The fact of not hearing it though at the same time was like, damn.
The same.
They did what they would do what the NFL does, just pipe in.
Bro, would there be if Dana White opens up Fight Island when COVID's over to like the public, and they have a fight card going on, like what would prompt you guys to like want to go to Dubai to see like a main card or a UFC?
Reasonable ticket prices.
Reasonable ticket prices, but
because those tickets are.
I mean, more than a ticket. Yeah,
it's gonna be more than a trip itself. No.
How much is it to go to Dubai?
No, that whole trip in general would be expensive as hell.
Yeah, because you got hotel,
those hotels,
you got airfare,
and all that stuff. It's like you're most likely gonna have to do like a I forget the name, the actual term for it, a layover.
Because it's
I
an
want to say
island, right? You
no,
can't
it's
go anywhere
outside of
else.
Dubai.
Yeah.
It's
I was
outside of
gonna,
Abu
I was gonna
Dhabi.
say Ricky. You say Airbnb.
No, I wasn't saying Airbnb.
I thought you were gonna say
I was
Airbnb.
thinking
I was like, I
Airbnb.
don't
I'm
think they
like,
No,
have
no, no.
that.
I was thinking of like when you have to go from one to get to your final destination. There's a stop you have to make before you get
yeah,
to
Yeah.
it in the flight.
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
I think
because
that's
more
called a
stops,
layover.
isn't it? The more stops, the cheaper. Isn't it? The more stops,
I thought it was,
the cheaper it
I
is,
thought
right?
the more
The more
stops was
layovers you
cheaper.
have. I think.
No,
Yeah, if you got like 2 layovers, like it's cheaper, I think.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
those layovers be long though, like
that's the
three,
thing.
four
Yeah,
hours each.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the
You have to
thing
get
though.
like a day in advance.
Well, if we have the opportunity, if you have the opportunity, like saying money wasn't an issue, would you guys go?
If money wasn't an issue, yeah, I would go. Just why not?
As long as it's not in the summertime.
It would have to
Dude, it's
be,
always gonna
yeah.
be hot over
It would
there.
have to be a
But
regional.
it's gonna be wicked hot in the
It would
summertime.
have to be a really cool fight, though.
Yeah, you can't. Not, and it can't be just the main
Like,
event. The whole card has to be worth it.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely, of course. Like if the whole
yeah.
card was stacked, I'd be like, dude, we gotta go. So if I seen like McGregor and Nate
I mean,
Diaz, if I seen Jorge, if I seen John Jones and Israel Adesanya all on one card, I'm like,
Okay,
we're going.
okay, that's a little too much right there.
No, that's a dream card.
That's a unattainable dream card right there. There's no way you can get those fighters in one card.
I mean, honestly, if I was
I would,
If I was Dana
I would
White and
go
I
to
was gonna
see
open
like
up,
Khabib Mayweather fight again. I think that'd be enjoyable for me.
yeah, but if I was Dana White and I was gonna open up this island to the public, I would make that card stacked. I would do whatever it took. Like Ngannou versus John Jones,
Let
Israel
me
Adesanya versus
let me know when
I don't know who.
when UFC 300 happens, and then we'll think about it. That's the
We'll
only time.
see.
That's the only time I see that happening when if they try to make a stat card like that. If it's going to be UFC 300, which is not
True.
that far away, honestly.
No, they're always having UFC fights all the time.
So, like I said, like I think how Manny said was like if it was Khabib and McGregor again, he said he'll go. I have to have at least one more fight. Not just that one. Just
what
that
fight
one.
would you want to see?
Just that one alone to go to Abu Dhabi doesn't entice me to go. In all honesty. Like,
Well,
if
what
it
kind
was,
of card would?
if it was to
what kind of
Vegas,
card?
yes. It has to be like 3 title fights, and then the rest of the main card has to have not. I wouldn't say big names, but like big names enough that are like in title contention and all that stuff and everything. That has like
Yeah.
repercussions and all that stuff, fighting them and all that stuff. Like that, it has to have like there has to be reasons to them and all that stuff. There has to be like reasons to these fights and all that stuff, not just beside like how I said the next three of them has to be title fights, so that way and all that stuff. So that way it's like 'cause we know we're fighting stuff, and don't put them back to back. Spread those out so that way there's something to look forward to. And then for your non-title fights, they have to have somewhat of a repercussion, even though they don't. There's no thing like that in a way in the UFC, but like it, like this heavyweight fight is to determine the number one in a way of this determines the number one contender to fight the next heavyweight champion and all that stuff and everything like that. And so that way, like some repercussions of like some of that stuff, and that can be in either division and all that stuff. Get the flyweights. Put the flyweights back on the pay per view cards. I don't see
Yeah,
a lot of flyweights.
they're bad, man.
I don't see flyweights anymore in the main fight pay per view fights anymore. I don't know stuff. They always put them on the TV cards. Stupid.
Mhm.
And all that stuff. And of course one woman's fight. You have to represent the women, whether it be title or non-title.
Yeah, 100%.
And all that stuff. Like that card has to be nice. And all that stuff. Willing to go to Abu Dhabi. Like Khabib and McGregor 3, I think it would be now. That would be a fight.
Maybe 2?
I thought it would be 3.
I think they only fought once. They fought once.
Anyways, that next fight, I'm willing to see that if it was in Vegas.
Yeah.
Just that fight alone. That fight alone to go across the country, nah. No.
True.
But yeah, it'll be interesting and fun to check out. But it's a lot of money.
Right. True. But all right, Manny, back to you. Manny?
For audio listeners, Manny's having mic issues currently, from what it seems like.
If you're trying to say anything, we can't hear you.
Just to let you know.
Oh, Manny. No, still can't hear you. You may want to have to like exit out all the way and come back in.
Okay, I'll just end it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you
Oh,
again.
okay.
He reverted back to all that stuff. Thank you again for joining us on this week's episode of a podcast with no name yet. There he goes. He's back again. For those of you who don't know, we are here every Wednesday at 10 a.m. on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Apple,
Hello?
Google Podcast.
Okay,
he
there we
goes.
go.
He's speaking. And I'm already putting the outro out, so let it go. Let me flow.
Sounds good.
Let me flow.
Sounds good. Just continue that.
Yeah, let me flow and all that stuff. Another audio podcast services around the world. We thank you again for joining us for this week. And don't forget, if you are here on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on the video and all that good stuff, because it does help us a lot and everything. All right. We bid you adieu. Good night.